What is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode, I guess 2, maybe 3. I don't know, whatever you consider this episode of the Las Vegas Raiders franchise. We start off this episode here going up through the upgrades that we got through the training camp section. We got Jacoby Myers, he got 2 upgrades. Josh Jacobs has 1. Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole both got 1. And then a bunch of other minor guys got 1 that I didn't end up showing. I did show Nate Hobbs as well, but everyone below that I didn't worry about showing. So right after Nate Hobbs, we'll hop right into gameplay. These are the preseason highlights. I'm sure there was more or less that I missed, but I try to get the biggest of the plays and throw them all in. And this was the very first play of the preseason. Play action find to Mayer for about 20-something yards. I can't really see that. A huge a huge start for our rookie tight end there as the starting offense began the game. This game jumps around a lot, or this video jumps around a lot. That's because I just recorded clips at like 30-second intervals as soon as something big happened, like Devontae Adams getting a catch there and then getting hurt walking off to the sideline. I did try out a slider set that, if I remember, I will put it in the description. But if not, I will eventually remember to do it. And the injuries were pretty high. But first touchdown of the preseason goes to the newly signed Jacoby Myers. I'm hoping he could show out here, especially if Devontae goes down with an injury or Hunter Renfrow. He's kind of the next man up. We jump to the second quarter here. We have backups in already. Brian Hoyer, first play, fires it to Austin Hooper, who goes 71 yards. He's too slow and old to score a touchdown. But a huge first play for the backups here, as, like I said, we jump around a lot in this video. We now, just like that, we're down 13-10. We were just up 7-0. We're in the third quarter here. A huge play there, but you'll see at the top, Tyree Wilson, rookie pass rusher, goes down with an injury, holding his shoulder. He would jog off the field. And then Elijah Mitchell would do some nifty stuff, but you'll see here he tore his labrum. That play, the play before that one, ended his preseason, and we would not see him until regular season. Back on the offensive end, a terrible jump ball thrown to the left side, and it is a touchdown for the Raiders. I think that was Sims. But we were pretty much out of the game, as you can see. Here's the last play of the day, and it's Butler getting into the backfield and tackling Elijah Mitchell for a loss, but we lost game 1 to the 49ers there. We then jump to game 2 here against the Rams, where it's late in the first quarter, and Jimmy fires, barely gets it over 97's head, and it's Mayer again, the rookie tight end. But you'll see at the top, Jimmy G down with an injury. Something I was scared about coming into the season is who would our backup quarterback be if Jimmy G goes down with an injury. Well, currently it's Brian Hoyer, and he seems A-okay coming in. Fires it deep, connects with Hunter Renfrow, and no one catches Renfrow for a huge 76-yard touchdown there. Pretty sure that was Hoyer's first drive as the starter. He finished off last drive. We just scored a rushing touchdown. And then that happened. Huge play there. We go on defense. Nothing really big happened here. It's just a gain of 1. But what happens is the Rams side, Cooper Kupp goes down with an injury. I never checked up on the injury, so I don't know if he's still hurt for the rest of the preseason. But I know he did not come back to this game. So that was a huge injury and a scare. Jimmy G came back from his injury, and his first throw back, he throws it to the left and is intercepted by Kobe Durant there. Gets a good return. Not much happened, but a shaky throw on his first throw back here. And what scares me about Jimmy G is the injuries, and then the accuracy is not perfect. Later on in the game, I decided let's just run the ball for once, and Josh Jacobs gets some nice blocking from Hunter Renfrow. He goes free down the sideline until Kobe Durant gets over there. I think his name is Kobe Durant. I honestly can't remember. I know his last name's Durant. Josh Jacobs with a huge game. We could have easily kept just running the ball, but I wanted to pass, and that was probably a bad idea because Jimmy G is now hurt again. Takes a sack, heads back to the locker room. So Hoyer has to check back in early again here on a 3rd and 7. And he says, that's okay, I'm 37 years old. Here's a dot for a touchdown to Jacoby Myers. Easy throw and catch there. Myers has 2 touchdowns on the preseason already, and he's looking nice in the Raiders silver and black. Now on the other end here with about 2 minutes left, here is, I don't know what happens this play. It's a normal dump off here. Big part of the news, I remember it was an injury, I just didn't know who it was. Chandler Jones goes down with an injury. He would come off the field. I don't think he returned this game because the backups came in the third quarter anyway. But on 3rd and 1, a short dump off here to Cam Akers, who tries to get away from Divine Diablo, forces the fumble. Johnson picked it up, decided that I'm just going to stand up and get tackled instead of just laying on the ground until someone tagged me. And he's a huge play that would end up causing us to get 3. But you can see here the Rams are kicking 3, and they missed. So this was with 10 seconds left in the quarter. Right before half, they miss a long field goal. I decided maybe we can get a run and an extra long field goal here. A good run. I messed it up. Jacobs bounces it outside. So 1 second left. Our only shot is a 65-yard field goal indoors. No wind whatsoever. Daniel Carlson drills it. 65 yards. I'm so happy we have a kicker that I don't have to worry about in this series, man. You don't even know. Huge play there. We now go into the second half, and number 29, the greatest quarterback of all time, that is Carson Wentz. Don't know why he's number 29. His first play, he gets sacked by Bernie, another guy that impressed me a lot in this preseason. We now jump to 3rd and 12, where it's Wentz trying to escape, but he has nowhere to go, and he is sacked. I don't know who got the sack there. I think it was I don't even know. I don't know. Either way, we jump ahead into the 4th now. Nothing really happened. And you see outside handoff. Huge play. I don't remember who was running back for them. I think it was Ronald Jones. But no, it wasn't. Byron Young gets hurt. Young scores the touchdown. Not Byron Young, the other Young. Either way, it's 51-30 here with 3 minutes left. Aiden O'Connell's now in at quarterback. A deep ball to Trey Tucker, who makes the catch. What a catch by the rookie. Probably the person I was most impressed by in this was Trey Tucker. He ended up at the end of the preseason leading our squad in receptions. So with the injuries of Jimmy G, I got scared. You can see our injury report there. Damian Williams, I decided to place him on the IR so we did not have to worry about it. And I decided to get a backup quarterback. Raiders legend Jamarcus Russell is back. Yes, the 38-year-old veteran has decided to come back on a 1-year deal to back up Jimmy G just in case any injuries happen. I don't know why I thought about doing this. I just thought about it I actually thought about it before the game where Jimmy G got hurt twice. And then as soon as I saw Jimmy G get hurt, I instantly knew I had to get him. So yeah, the former first-round draft pick, biggest draft bust in history potentially, he's back with the Raiders. This time not in Oakland, so maybe he has a better career. I don't know, or worse. I mean, I don't think any situation's better in Las Vegas compared to Oakland. Here's a couple practice highlights. I didn't get too many because my remote ended up dying and then I got off for the night. But these were 3 plays to Devontae Adams and then a huge play here to Hunter Renfrow to top off practice. And we would see him in preseason game 3. But not before Jimmy G. We start off with a handoff. Josh Jacobs jukes outside, breaks 1 tackle. Somehow doesn't get tackled here. And he keeps running. He would eventually get caught. But Josh Jacobs, man, I am really excited to use him. I didn't use my running backs a lot during the preseason. I kind of already knew like Jacobs had the number 1 spot, and I didn't want to waste because I kind of had an idea of who my other ones would be. So I didn't want to waste the plays running like 20-30 times a game with backup running backs. Here's a deep ball from Jimmy G that if that connected would have been huge. Up 3-0 against the Cowboys on a 3rd down. But he overthrows Devontae Adams, and Cowboys would somehow take advantage, or so I thought. Max Crosby sack fumble on Prescott, and we would get the ball back with Tillery diving on it. Huge play there for our defensive star. That's what I need all year from him and Chandler Jones. Go back on offense. I gave it back to Josh Jacobs. A good run there, solid like 12, 14 yards or something like that. Next play, we come out here. Jacobs has takeover. Jacobs is going to get the ball if he has takeover. Hands off to the left side this time. He gets an easy 15-yard game, 17-yard game, something like that. He's fired up. He's already in regular season form. Though we couldn't score a touchdown there. Next possession, we do a play action to him, and Devontae Adams over the middle caught. I mean, he's easily the best target to attack. I mean, he's always going to be open. Everyone else has a 50-50 shot. He has a 100% chance of getting open. Jimmy G forces a pass here that is intercepted by Trayvon Diggs, which he would take to the house. And Jimmy G did not look good. As soon as that injury happened, he started looking pretty bad out there, both in this game and the game before. But he would try to right me wrong as Devontae Adams destroys the press, by the way. And he's wide open. He gets a huge gain here. Good throw from Jimmy G. But 4 for 11 for 100 yards and 1 interception. That's not exactly the stat line I want to see from our starting quarterback. Later on, though, next play, actually, I think this is the next play. Play action again. 2 takeovers. We'll hit neither of them. We got Hunter Renfrow beating Stephon Gilmore over there. And I decided, you know what? 2 passes brought us here. Why not do a third? And Jimmy G said, yeah, fuck that. We're throwing it out of bounds. I would end up punching it in with Josh Jacobs instead. So now we jump ahead. Jamarcus Russell time, baby. Second quarter, he gets most of the backup receivers, but the starting O-line and starting tight end as Mayer comes back and catches it. I ended up trying to save most of my starters so I didn't hurt anyone that I needed for week 1. Russell came out here, and look at this man. 38 years old, he's diving for first downs. How can't you be hyped? Look at how hyped he is. He's ready to play for the Raiders again. I don't know why we're ready to have him, because he proved nothing on our team, but, you know, we have him. Good ball here to Philip Dorsett, who almost dives in. He gets stopped at about the 2-yard line with about 30 seconds left, and I got greedy and wanted my touchdown, and I ended up only having 4 seconds left on this play, which Keaton Cole dropped it, and we would go into half down 12 instead of down like 9 or literally anything besides down 12. We now jump to the third quarter here. Starters are still technically playing, so some of our starters are in. A deep ball from Michael Gallup, and this was a great defensive animation that I've never seen before. Marcus Peters, great play there. He's our number 1 corner. I kind of need that from him. We got Amir Abdullah here, backup running back. I'm not really worried about him running the ball too much. He's going to be our kick returner, so I'm not going to try to run the ball with him too much. But Jamarcus Russell here lays out a beautiful throw to Philip Dorsett, who was working that intermediate section pretty well this game. He had 2 for 71. Fourth down here, Russell lays it in beautifully for Mayer, right over to about the 15, marked down at the 14-yard line. Some beautiful throws so far here from Jamarcus Russell, so I was like, we might as well get him a touchdown. And he got stopped, so I was like, all right, no huddle, we'll do it again. And yeah, we got stopped. I don't really know what happened there, but he had an idea. He said, you know what, what's the point of only getting 7-8 points when you can get 2 points? So we get a safety here. Bernie was in the backfield. I don't know who got credited for the tackle, but Bernie, great plays today in this game. So Russell now back on offense. He lofts it, and it's just cut off and intercepted there. That ended up being the last play for him, I'm pretty sure. I didn't want either of our main quarterbacks getting hurt, so I gave the nod to Aiden O'Connell after that. And, well, it's backup time. Let's watch our defense get ran on by Cooper Rush. That's a 20-yard touchdown rush from Cooper Rush. And you think our defense don't got problems. Anyway, Aiden O'Connell checks into the game. His first throw would be a dump off to Trey Tucker, who gets around the edge, gets a first down and then some, broke a couple tackles down to about the 40. I told you, man, he was impressive this preseason. I didn't expect him to be coming in as like our number 3 receiver or anything, but he ends up like winning the battle that I had with him and Dorsett pretty easily. He comes in, he gets another big catch here, and like he's gonna come into next year as this season as our 4th receiver. Austin Hooper gets an easy touchdown catch. You've seen both of his catches. He got all preseason. He didn't really do much. I didn't really care to target him. I know what he can do. I've had him before. Aiden O'Connell tries to force it to Trey Tucker. He gets pick 6. as the second to last play of this game. And so I decided that's not good enough. Let's draw a Hail Mary as the final play of our preseason. So one last time, Aiden Connell steps up like 9 times, throws it deep, intended target with Wilkerson, gets batted. Hooper almost catches it, but it ends up being incomplete. And that would do it. A blowout loss to the Cowboys would end our preseason there. And now it is time, as the 0-3 preseason team, got to cut 21 players. You know how hard that is? Anyways, let's look at the stats first. You can see our best quarterback was Aiden O'Connell. I mean, he played the most, so I'd hope he'd be the best. Brian Hoyer, technically 2 for 8, and touchdown to completion ratio. That's pretty good. Jamarcus Russell down there. Didn't do horrible, but, I mean, I don't expect a lot from him. Either way, not the greatest. I mean, our best completion percentage was Jamarcus Russell at 55. I'm hoping Jimmy G, though, we get our run game more involved, because I did not run a lot. You can see there, Damian Williams, who was injured after the second game, only had the 3rd most carries on our team with 10. I tried to get Zamir White the ball the most, because he was the one I was most interested in. But as you can see, Trey Tucker, Mike Meyer, they were the top 2 receivers here, and that's what I like to see, especially here, 2 rookies. We got Austin Hooper. I guess he had 6. I don't remember giving him the ball that much, to be honest. You see other guys like Devontae Adams, 4 for 146. Myers went 2 touchdowns and 4 completions. Yeah, I mean, our team, like, I saw some guys that I wanted to see, and some other guys I did not see a lot of. But Trey Tucker was the biggest one I thought of this offseason, for the offensive end at least. Defensive side, I'm looking around here. I thought there was a drops category, but I guess there isn't in the season stats. There's only in-game. You see sacks allowed. Defensive side, I gotta say Bernie was probably the biggest guy that I was excited to watch. He didn't make a lot of tackles, but he didn't play too much. Jaquan Johnson as well was up there. Wasn't too bad. But again, most of our defense is young or bad. Like, there's no in between. Besides like Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. Those are the only 2 that are in between, quote unquote. Crosby led our team in sacks, and you can see Bernie had 1. Tyree Wilson, I believe his name is. I was kind of hoping he would get a couple, but he tore his labrum in the first game, so that was kind of rough. No interceptions. We got a couple deflections and 2 fumbles forced. Both you've seen, Crosby's sack fumble and Diablo's hit on Cam Akers. You can see people who recovered it. No touchdowns. I show the kicking and punting quickly, but, I mean, Daniel Carlson went perfect. A.J. Cole is A.J. Cole. I'm not going to be kicking and punting that much. Although A.J. Cole did pull off a fake punt. I forgot to show it, though. Amir Abdullah, I felt like he did better on the returns, so he will be our returner going into this year. But now it's time to see who we did cut from this preseason and who got on the practice squad. First one, Aiden O'Connell is on the practice squad. I don't think he's good enough, even if he played okay. Like, he would have to pretty much impress the shit out of me to make the squad, and he didn't. We also have Jamarcus Russell now, so yeah. You see the guys that we cut or moved to the practice squad. We did cut Philip Dorsett, Keenan Cole. I think there was another receiver eventually. Probably the hardest cut here that I had to do was Brandon Bolden and Cam Sims. Those were the 2 I really wanted to keep, but I couldn't. They were veterans, and I couldn't really cut anyone else. And Matthew Butler, someone I wanted to keep, I put him on the practice squad. We had 1 extra slot, so I put Anthony Schwartz as well as on our practice squad. And this is our team heading into week 1. I don't think there's any outstanding injuries besides Damian Williams. I think Tyree Wilson is back. There might be 1 or 2 injuries that I can't remember, but nothing bad here. I slowly reorganized my depth chart here. Trey Tucker I put up to the 4th receiver. I end up changing my slot receiver to Hunter Renfrow like I said I would. Hunter Renfrow is our slot receiver, not Devontae Adams. Voice crack and all. See our defense here. Wilson is still hurt, but this was also recorded on the quote-unquote week 4 preseason. So I think he comes back for week 1. we'll try to get him on the field a little bit. You can see our special teams there, and then our practice squad and our specialists as well, but mainly our practice squad. You saw most of the practice squad. Actually, you saw all the practice squad. But yeah, that will do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm running out of breath and my AC is loud as fuck, so I'm going to head out of there now. Guys, thank you all for watching. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.